Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. This is a really quick video because I want to update you on some chatter that's happening in Japan. But first, we want to look at this tweet by Bitso. This is the very liquid on-demand corridor in Mexico, and it has seen exponential increase in the processing of remittances through Ripple's technology using the digital asset XRP. In April, which is quite impressive, I think, because there's not a lot of money moving in the world right now, but April had 4.3 billion pesos pushed through that corridor with the ODL remittances. That's 179 million. Now, Galgatron might say, oh, Eddie, this is still just peanut shells on the floor. But when you look at this chart, it's very exciting to see the potential. So you can imagine we get 40 or 50 of these big liquid corridors all around the globe, and there are piles of this XRP used to facilitate those remittances. This has the potential to have significant impact on the supply. All right, keeping an eye on India. And India is very important, the future of on-demand liquidity. The Ripple rails are laid virtually everywhere in that country, and we just need to have further clarification when it comes to regulation. And the cryptocurrency exchanges, according to the Economic Times article yesterday, they are pressing for the clarification, especially when it comes to the taxation issues. They have sent letters to the Reserve Bank of India calling for their response. So I still think we're a ways away, but it is being pushed, and eventually it's going to happen. Okay, so here's the chatter. Mr. Kitao, in his presentation meeting that he gave on the 28th of April, he talked about having a special agenda, and he wants to discuss this at the next Ripple board meeting. And it is a proposal. And at this time, he will have his attorney present with him at the meeting, and he wants to propose to partner with a multinational corporation or a major company. And he also wonders if maybe they shouldn't move to making an investment to bring them into the Ripple network. And so I am not sure what further details he has in mind, but in doing so, he also wants to have it applied to the practical use of XRP. Now, should there be a little bit more disclosure, and when we can understand what it is he is trying to do here, I'll be sure to let everyone know if I see something, but probably, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, he let the cat out of the bag that he's got something cooking, but I just don't know if we're going to find out all the details, and if so, when. I'm not sure, but I'm really got my eye on this. Okay, in that same presentation, well, the current global crisis, it has really exposed how easily the supply chains have become broken. And that being said, the weakness of traceability was and has been clearly evident. So Mr. Kitao is talking about the points that he made on page 125 and 126 in the investor's deck. And this is something that he, I think, is getting very much hot and heavy on, because it is about a partnership that formed back on the last day of January 2019 between R3 and CTIA. They entered into this partnership to expand the use of core to settler. And of course, it is something that can be used in the financial field, such as trade finance and insurance, and in supply chain. And of course, it can connect to Ripple's XRP and SWIFT, widely used by the financial institutions as an external collaboration. So I think the timing is such that he is really, timing is everything in launching products and services. And CTIA demonstrated this traceability as service, TAAS, at Corticon last October in London. And it's a solution that allows for all industries, producers, manufacturers, trading companies, retailers, banks, security companies, insurance companies, to be on one platform in the supply chain. So it's really marrying the finance world and the industry world of business together. And they're headquartered in Singapore, but they have an office in Japan, Switzerland, and the UK. And SBI R3 Japan, everybody knows this is a very, very strong joint venture. And while I think the pain was felt by these broken supply chains all over the world, and it's still a very fresh pain, I believe that the timing in such is going to make this business model succeed big time. So it's developing, and we want to keep our eye on this for sure. All right, everybody. Yeah, I'm jumping to the fluff because May 5th is Kodomo no Hi, Children's Day in Japan. And if I've got a window in front of me and a window behind me. If I look out the window behind me, I look out over the neighborhood and I can see lots of these colorful carp being flown from sometimes the top of the house, the deck, out the window. There's just many, and it's got a long tradition that dates back to the Edo period, about mid 1600s, and it is with the roots to the samurai families that played an importance to celebrate the hopes of their children and in the life that they are going to lead. And they use the analogy of the carp that swims up the river. And so you'll see that the carp actually represent everyone in the family. The big black one on top is the father, then the second red one is the mother, and then in this particular family, there would be one boy. And so if I look out, sometimes you'll see, oh, that family has 2 boys, or that family has 3 boys, or, oh my gosh, that family has 5 boys, not very common in Japan. 4 is considered a really big family in Japan. In Tokyo, it's rare. In the countryside, it's much more common. But the birthplace of this event is Kumamoto, where hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them are hung over a river. Now, this is a typical one that you might see on a pole if the family owns a lot of land. That would be quite, this is quite special to see that. This is a great shot. This is a rice farmer, obviously, and he has, you can see, 2 children. Okay, and what a great shot with Mount Fuji in the back. But every place in Japan is different. The carp are displayed and they really create a festive atmosphere. Yamagata Prefecture is a little bit different. They actually put their carp into the river itself and they float them on a string this way. I think this one is very cool too. But you can go to all areas of the country at this time of year and you see these big displays, and they're just, wow. It's a great photograph for your Instagram. An Insta moment. Okay, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.